Hello. Today we are going to make a video on what remains of Edith Finch. I think that's how you say it. Edith Finch. I've never played this game, as most of the games I put on my channel. Okay. Look at that. Got a little journal. It's cool.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay. This is a rather kind of nice looking game, I will say. I mean, it's a little play-doh-y at first, but yeah, look at that.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
From what I know about this,
my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
from what I know about this game, it's kind of an exploratory
Maybe she thought
game.
I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
So, alright, let's see. Maybe there's a trophy about something like this. I just take a glance. Let's take the fun path, and then it sounds like we gotta take the path back if we want to get this trophy. Which I'm trying to get all the trophies within my first playthrough possible. I know that might be annoying, but
the truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Explore? Oh, okay. Not explore, but it looked interesting.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Such a weird looking house. I don't know if strictly sound that part up there was weird. Alright, well, we're gonna go back, but I'm probably just gonna cut this part out.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
No, her brother went missing, I think. That's her brother. Yep. Milton. Okay. Age 11. Huh.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
Maybe it wasn't a joke.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
I'll go look over here. The truck festival, okay. Yeah, it's probably her grandmother's stayed here all the way till the end, huh? Oh, front door's gonna be locked. Okay, 1 sec. Let's go to the front door.
I heard something moving around in the garage.
Oh, we will definitely investigate that.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Okay, through the dog door. Ah, such a nice son.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
Oh man, at my old house, my parents did the same exact thing. That's funny. I wonder what made noise in here.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Oh, this grand ass kitchen.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
I hear noise in the background, my puppy's asleep. And they like to have Halloween dreams. It's kind of funny. Kind of
The
cute.
table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Oh, Addie, what's the wheelchair? Okay.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Oh, dyslexia, yep. Dyslexia got me there. Got a picture of Shamu.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
That's a nice view.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
A lot of books. Must be the original house right there. Huh. Over two.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Guess, they made a Bigfoot movie. Interesting.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Okay.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Oh, I didn't realize this wall. That's a cool wall.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
It's a cool room.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
It's cool.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Alright, found what that unlocks. Cool, cool.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Gonna keep investigating the rest of the floor before we do that, though. Ah, that's cool. Man, such an interesting little game.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
I forgot to look in this room. Oh, here's Barbara's room. Alright.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Oh, there's the foot. A lot of books, so if there's a library downstairs, why does it seem like there's a library in every room?
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
That is so confusing. Why that's a room, but alright. Like, kind of looking there again. It's a bathroom. It's a shaked bathroom, which is by itself disgusting. Somebody had lived in this room for a year. The fuck?
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Wrong way. That way.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Yeah, fine. It's a nice view.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Start again.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. My Halloween candy was all gone. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. thought about eating Christopher, but I held back. I kept eating and eating.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you want to eat.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Where am I supposed to go from here? Okay, now I can hear things. Alright.
The babies were all gone. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. Mama Rabbit.
Let's see where they are. Oh, there. Okay. What if I can grab multiple? Let's try. Nope, just grab the one.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark. I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Okay, I just want extra.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Oh, okay, so I do.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
What about right there?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Drunken sailor, what shall we do with a drunken sailor? His belly was rusty, his belly.
last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, we smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Here's my bathroom.
I got closer and closer.
Oh.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Well, alrighty then.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
That was something.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
She got a snake in a cage. Birds, I guess, but a snake? Huh.
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Huh. That's interesting.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. almost like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Oops.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edith, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Interesting.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Never do this to a bathroom. Just down. I've seen a few that have carpet bathrooms. I just,
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
And that is episode 1. Thank you for joining me. I will see you in the next episode.